Well, you guys, so since I put this car back together after the cam swap and the transmission shift kit and everything, I've still been chasing leaks on it. I was fairly hopeful I'd get them all, fixed up and it wouldn't leak anymore, but maybe just being overly confident because this is an old car. But this right here has been one of the worst ones. It's where the speedometer cable attaches to the transmission. And I actually went down and I've got a brand new, they call it a bullet. It's this little thing that slides in the transmission right here that the speedometer cable threads onto. So that's brand new, and then the speedometer cable is also brand new. So I put them on there. There's O-rings in here that should be good. Tightened this on, it tightens up real good. This isn't loose or anything, but like fluid still seeps down the cable, and it was coming out the crimp connector initially. So I put right stuff on it, thinking maybe that would fix it, but it's still seeping through the right stuff and leaking, dripping on the floor. It drips, quite a bit, fairly frequently, so it's causing a mess. But I was looking around online a little bit, and apparently, there shouldn't be any fluid coming out from this bullet at all. Like, this cable doesn't actually seal or lock in any fluid. So the problem was with my bullet or something in there. So I called this transmission parts supply place I got the bullet thing from a while ago, and the dude said that the little gear in there for the speedometer gear, the end of it might be kind of messed up or something, and that's why it's seeping through across here. So I'm gonna take this apart today and take that whole thing down there and maybe get a new gear, see if that's the issue, and see if that fixes the problem. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Alright, so this is the bullet thing that I was showing you guys under there. And this is what it looks like. The speedometer cable, plugs in that square part there in the middle. It's got an O-ring on it and this little gear. Just take note that when you do pull this out, a fairly significant amount of fluid will come out of the transmission right away, so have a drain pan or something ready under there. But what I think, so the metal part here, this is all brand new. I bought a new one, and I think there's supposed to be has a little O-ring. Oops, there's a little O-ring in there, you can see. But what the guy was telling me was this little gear, comes out of here. And that's the end of it where the throttle or the speedometer cable goes into. So he said potentially the end of this, let's see if I can get to focus here. Ain't gonna work real well. But he said the end of this gear out on this part right here might be like worn off or something, and fluid seeping past, and then leaking out the front here. So I'm gonna run down there, see if they have another one of these, or see what they think about it, and I'll come back and give you guys an update. Alright, just got back from the transmission store, and here's what we found out. So on the old gear, hopefully you can get this to focus real good. You see there's kind of a little groove worn in it right here on the end, and the new one doesn't have that. So what happens here is this gear fits in this bullet thing here like this, and it kind of snaps in, click, and then it kind of rests against a little seal O-ring thing that's in there, so it turns right. So this one, had that groove in it, had been worn, so the fluid was seeping past and still leaking out. And this one, if it spins like just super freely easy, right? And this new one, if I snap this one in there, fits through a little bit tighter in there, but I can't just free spin it. Like, it's kind of got some drag to it, so that should seal up a lot better. So I think that was the issue. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this back in there, and I'm hoping for no more leaks.